Yo, hey guys, poppin', Jacques Slade here, back with the heat check, and today we got a lot of great sneakers dropping, but before we get there, I wanted to give you guys a look at these. This is a package that just came in from the good folks over at Adidas, and it is the Climacool. Look at that. That looks absolutely insane. So the sneakers come in this pouch, this like silver pouch, which is actually pretty cool. Kind of like a Ziploc bag almost. Pop it open, and here you have the shoes. Now, these are obviously 3D printed, which is why they look so crazy, but the materials are super, super soft. This is my size 11, and the interesting thing for me is really that you can see through the entire shoe. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I don't know if you can see my hand, but this section right here, that's all see-through, and it goes through to the sole of the shoe. Where's my phone? Here, I'll show you guys here. You can like see through, right through the shoe. See that? Look at that. You can see right through to the shoe, and it goes all the way up here to the top and down. I should probably use the one that doesn't have the paper inside of it, but there you go. See how you can see the light inside? That's crazy. So definitely don't wear these in the rain because that's not going to be good because water's going to come all the way through. But on the bright side, because of the material that they're made out of, and it doesn't say what the material is. 3D materials, there's a whole bunch of different things that they could be made out of. It doesn't say what these are made out of. It just says light, breathable, and built to move. It kind of feels, the shape of it to me is giving like running shoe, but there's no way to get locked in, although there's not a lot of elasticity here. So I imagine this would keep you pretty locked into the shoe, but they're definitely breathable. My first thought now is like, can I play golf with these? But I don't think so. I don't think there's enough support here. There's just not a lot there with these materials. I wonder how these materials do because it's 3D printed. I don't know a lot about 3D printing, but I wonder does like hot weather make these more malleable? You know what I mean? Like if it's really, really hot, will these become less firm? I don't know the answer to that. Again, I haven't done anything 3D printed, but lots of air in these, so definitely breathable. You could probably get away with rocking these without socks and you would still be fine because there would be so much airflow in these. But also worry like because these aren't very porous surfaces, there's nothing to absorb the sweat, that if you do sweat, that it's just gonna kind of pool up inside of these, although there seems to be, I guess, drainage in here. So it's a weird shoe. I'm definitely gonna put these on and give them a try, see how they feel on feet. But just wanted to give you guys a quick look at these. Shout out to the folks over at Adidas for sending these over. But enough of that. Let's actually get into the releases for this week because there are some good ones that I think you guys are going to be excited about. First thing we're going to do is kick things off with New Balance because they have the numeric 933. This is in the Grade A's colorway. It's going to drop on May 26th for $130. For you Foamposite fans, the Nike Foamposite 1 Psychic Blue. This is a reschedule from a few weeks ago. That's going to be on the 27th and it's going to cost you $230. Now, this one is kind of on the crazy wave of these. It's the G-Shock Crocs Echo Wave. It's going to be on the 27th for $200. $200. You're not seeing things, so this is a unique collaboration with the watchmaker that lets you put a removable timepiece on the strap. Not only that, the upper is full glow in the dark. So yeah, $200 is a lot for a pair of Crocs. Don't get me wrong, but the novelty of the glow in the dark clog combined with getting a legit G-Shock watch kinda justifies the price in my opinion, but let me know, what do you guys think? For you Dragon Ball Z fans, they'll be pleased to know that the next DBZ and Crocs collab will feature Goku's two most famous villains, Frieza and Cell. Both pairs feature their signature color schemes and include gibbets that fit their villainous vibe. So very, very cool there. So that's the Dragon Ball Z Crocs Clog Frieza. That's gonna be on the Frieza, on the 28th for $70, and then you have the Cell. That's gonna be on the 28th for $70. For you Asia Wilson fans, the Nike A1 Leo Lights is dropping on the 29th for $110. So I believe Nike's strategy with A'ja Wilson's signature shoe debut is to get as many of them out to market as possible. Could it have to do with the recent news of Nike's price hikes? Possibly, but the choice of Leo's Lights is interesting because they look really similar to the debut pink Aura colorway, but with black swapped in for the swoosh and some of the overlays. I don't know, let me know. For you golf fans out there, the Nike Victory Pro 4 Golf is gonna drop in white and photon dust on the 28th for $150. Then you can also get it in white and psychic blue on the 28th for $150 as well. For you wrestling fans, AEW fan, the Reebok Answer 3 Swerve Strickland is dropping on the 28th for $160. It's inspired by the gear that Swerve Strickland wore last year when he won the AEW World Championships. You could also look at this as a low-key unofficial collab with Marvel's Black Panther, as the look is unequivocally Killmonger. So whose house? You guys know the thing. Anyway, we also have the Nike Diamond Turf 93 TD in black and white. It's going to be on the 29th for $220. For you Luka fans, the Jordan Luka 4 gone fishing because he's out of the playoffs and is gone fishing. You have the 29. These are on the 29th for $140. This one hurts, Nike. I'm gonna lie. This one hurts. You couldn't have waited until maybe like late in the summer or I don't know next season to drop this, so we LA fans don't have to relive the pain of getting knocked out of the playoffs. It's very hurtful. Get it? Gone fishing. Because the thing they do on TN. Anyway, the Jordan Zion 4 Light Photon Blue is dropping on the 29th for $140. New Balance has the 1300 JP made in the USA. This is going to be on the 29th for $330. So once every 5 years, sneakerheads take part in a tradition that is unlike any other. It's the return of the New Balance 1300 JP. Once a Japan-only exclusive, this iteration, it's actually getting a global launch at the premium $330 price point. Expensive, but these are really nice. For you Dodger and Los Angeles fans, we have the Nike Kobe 6 Protro Dodgers. It's going to be on the 30th for $180. So this follows an exclusive period that Undefeated had on this drop for the past March. The Kobe 6 homage to the reigning, defending, undisputed World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers finally gets a wider release on the sneakers app. Sure, it's not going to be any easier than it was back in March, but hey, at least it's a second chance for people out there. You can also get the Nike Kobe Off-Court Slide Dodgers on May 30th for $42. It's a bit of a consolation prize. For you Air Diamond Turf fans, the Ravens colorway is dropping on the 30th. That's going to be $150. For you golf fans, the Air Jordan 14 Golf US Open. I've shown these here on this channel before. If you're a golfer who loves to rock Jordan retros on the links, you're probably pumped for this one. It's a US Open theme drop. If you're not a golfer, you're probably a little bummed that this is a pair of 14s with copper Air Jordan 17 vibes and it is a golf exclusive. Here's a pro tip. You can take the spikes out. Sure, it is a little slippery, but it's a small price to pay. I think it's slippery though, like definitely slippery, and I'm not recommending you take the cleats out. On the flip side, the Air Jordan 3 Rare Air is dropping on the 30th for $200. So it feels like a pair that shouldn't work, right? From the unusual color blocking of black, off-white, red, and blue, and the stitching of elephant print to dark gray and suede. It's just a lot of elements that don't seem like they match, but in execution, paired with the mirrored Nike Air on the heel, these I kind of feel are a must-have if you're a Jordan Thief fan. At least I think so. For you AE fans, the AE1 Low Year of the Snake is a re-release. This is dropping on the 30th for $110. Liberty London, they have an Adidas Samba dropping on the 30th for $100. The kids Nike A1 Azure Vibes, the Azure Vibes is dropping on the 31st for $90. If 4 A1 colorways that we've seen either release or about to release in adult sizes aren't for you, well, I've got bad news. This Azure colorway is strictly for the kids, but hey, it's cool that the kids get to have something that us old people don't get to get, so I like that. We have the Nike SB Dunk Low Pale Ivory on the 31st for $125. The women's Air Jordan 1 Ruby Red, this is going to be on the 31st for $180. So following the color blocking of the bread toe and shattered backboard Jordan 1s, this women's only pair changes things up with a red cracked leather upper with a metallic finish and a tangible plastic piece for the Wings logo. Caitlin Clark fans, we have the Nike Kobe 5 Protro Clayton Clark's PE. This is going to be on the 1st for $180. And let's be real, it's being called an Indiana Fever PE, but we all know why we're here. While the world waits for the inevitable Caitlin Clark signature shoe, the WNBA superstar is inheriting the role that Sabrina Ionescu once had with numerous Kobe PEs. Not a bad gig if you ask me, as Kobe PEs are some of the most widely talked about kicks on the court. For you Ja fans, we have the Ja 2 Bleach Turquoise Swoosh. This is on the 1st for $120. Yeah, I guess Nike and Tiffany are cool now, but you think blogs would have learned by now that calling a sneaker with Tiffany blue accents a Tiffany sneaker is just asking for Tiffany's to send them a cease and desist letter. So no, we're not calling these Tiffany Ja 2s. Nope, these are bleached turquoise swoosh Ja 2s. You heard that, right, Tiffany? I didn't call them Tiffany Jaws. You have the kids Air Jordan 4 Retro Light Lemon Twisters on the first for $160. The Adidas Kobe 2 is in the gray 5 colorway, is dropping on the first for $160. And I'm not sure what Adidas is thinking, bringing back one of the most notorious Kobe sneakers ever made, regardless of brand. But hey, there has to be a market for these. I just don't know anyone who's in that market. Going back in the day when Jeremy Scott was hot, the Adidas Superstar 82 skate, June 1st for $200. Now, adding roller skates to a classic pair of Superstars, that's a little more acceptable as some of the off-the-wall ideas that we've seen Jeremy Scott do. And then the next set of Fortnite and Adidas collabs are kicking off the month of June with 2 Ultra Boosts that celebrate the victory crown that you get when you win a Battle Royale, which I've never done. Or you take someone who just won a Battle Royale and the iconic Battle Bus that drops you off to said Battle Royale. So you have the Fortnite Adidas Ultra Boost Victory Crown on the first for $190, and then you have the Ultra Boost Battle Bus on the first for $190 as well. Shoes are getting slimmer and smaller, so Puma is definitely pushing the Puma Speed Cat Plus. This is in the lime, bash, and the black colorway. This is going to be on June 1st for $110, and then you can also get it in black and red on June 1st for $110 as well. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. But I want to know, what do you guys think of the Adidas Climacool? Definitely a shoe that can keep you cool because it has holes in it, and it's very, very breathable, and it's 3D printed. I need to find out what materials these are made of. Anyway, we'd love to know what you think. As always, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.